Hi everybody, it's Alexa here from Pages of Forbidden Love for another In My Mailbox post. As you know, I still have plenty of books to show off to you if you've been watching my past two videos that I've been doing, so I'm just going to show off some stuff that I've kind of had sitting around for about a month waiting to do a video on it, so I just kind of want to do it so that I can put the books away and just not have to worry about those ones anymore. First, I'm going to start off with Amazon. I had gotten one of those, I don't think it was Groupon, I think it was some other site, Living Social or Social something, where they had if you spend $10 you get a $20 gift card to Amazon. So I had the $20 gift card, and then some things that were happening, I was ordering some stuff, not ordering, I was paying Cindy from Princess Bookie for some shipping on some ARCs that she was supposed to send me, and one of the ARCs got lost, so she was nice enough to refund me some of the money, so that was another $6. So I had about $26, $27 to spend on Amazon, so I just kind of went on there just to see what they had, and they actually at that time had a lot of bargain books that were for pretty good prices, I think anywhere from $5 to $6. I read a lot of adult romances, as you probably know. I do love teen stuff, they were my first love, but adult romance is kind of taking over a little bit more of my life now that I'm growing up, I guess you could say. So, most of the ones, I think all of the ones that I got from Amazon are actually adult books, and then I got some teen stuff from Cindy and from a different bookstore. But let's show you some of the Amazon stuff. I got When Alex Was Bad. I've heard mixed things on this. I've heard some people didn't like it because apparently the main character in here, she lets her husband get away with infidelity and going to sleep around and some things that, you know, marriages, you shouldn't really have that. So, not really sure what is going to go on in this book, but it's not a very long book. I think it's like 250 pages. But I'm willing to give it a shot. You know, it was only a couple dollars. If I really don't like it, maybe I'll give it away or just kind of sell it to a used bookstore. The next one is Tease Me, and I actually got the first book in this series, which is Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, something like that. I had gotten that one a couple weeks back when Borders was having a tent sale way before they even knew that they were going to be going out of business, so I would say probably a month and a half ago actually. So I had gotten the first one and it looks really good, and this one again was only a couple dollars, so I was like I might as well just get the second one and just read them together. Again, kind of a series person, I like them to be together and in order and all that good stuff. Another book, sorry I'm kind of covering up the titles here, is called Master. This one is supposed to be like a retelling of The Count of Monte Cristo. I really like The Count of Monte Cristo. I've only watched the movie so far because, I mean, the book is kind of lengthy. I think it's probably like 700 to 900 pages just alone if you actually read the real version of it, the actual, not condensed version of the story. And I really like the movie, so I'm kind of interested to see a cute kind of sexual twist on that one. So hopefully that's what this one is going to provide. Again, heard mixed things about this one. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But I'm willing to give it a chance, so we'll see. I think probably again a couple weeks ago I had gotten some books from Barnes & Noble for rather cheap, and one of them was trying to think. I think it was A Mermaid's Kiss. Sorry, trying to look over to the bookshelf I have over there with some of my adult books on it. And it looks like a good story. I've heard good things about it, and I was actually going to buy the second one, and then I noticed that they had the second one, which is A Witch's Beauty. So they had this one for a couple dollars, so I was like, well, hopefully the first one is good, and hopefully I like it, so I can continue on with this series. And they also had the third one on sale. This one actually came a little bit beat up. There's like this, the cover is kind of like cut weird on the bottom, so like it's kind of coming off down here. But yeah, this is the third one in that series, A Mermaid's Ransom. So all the books came in, you know, pretty good condition. They all have that black mark on the bottom, and as you can see, this cover piece is like, it's not exactly the perfect cover, but for a couple dollars, I'll live with it, and I'll just kind of recut the cover myself, and hopefully it'll look good enough to read it and do all that good stuff with it. And I've kind of been getting more into used bookstores. I don't know why. I was always kind of a germ freak before and didn't really want to get used books from anywhere, but then of course I realized, used books normally sell for half the price, maybe even a little bit under half the price. So they're normally a better deal, especially if you're not quite certain if you're gonna like a book or not. Sometimes you just wait for it to go on a bargain sale, or you wait for it to be at a half price bookstore so that you can get it for a little bit cheaper. The books that I had gotten from there, this one is actually an adult, urban fantasy one. This is Spider's Bite. I've been trying to get more into urban fantasy and sci-fi kind of things lately, so hopefully this will help me with that kick to get more into urban fantasy stuff. And the other book that I got was Girl in the Arena. It is supposed to be about a girl, kind of almost like Gladiators in that kind of realm, and she is supposed to fight for her family. Not sure if it's her family's honor, or I think something happened with her dad where he died in the arena and now she's kind of taking his place. Something along those lines. I've heard kind of mixed things about it. When I actually bought this, somebody had a bookmark in there and it was on page only 50. So I hope I make it further than the person who did own this book. But I was going to buy this new, but of course, like I said, I wasn't sure about it, so I was kind of happy that it's half price even. I mean, it's in great condition. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference from a used to new one with this book. This is the arc that I got from Cindy. It's Across the Universe. I was also supposed to get Angel Fire from her, but like I said, it apparently got lost in the mail. The package was all ripped, and if you look kind of closely at this, I mean, the whole cover here, most of it's missing. Whether that's from it being on the Around the World tour site, or whether that's from it getting beaten up in the mail. And I mean, the book is not in the best condition. The cover is kind of sticky from some tape that she puts on it to say, Around the World tours. So it's not the best condition of this, and I mean, if I read this and I really like it, I'll probably just trash this one or give it to somebody who I can explain that it's pretty much a ruined copy and give it to them for free, and they can read it and get a hardcover if I really like this story. And last but certainly not least, I was just talking about a retired book from Around the World Book Tours by Cindy, and this is a tour book that's actually still in effect right now. It's Illusions. I read Wings, and I thought Wings was good. I kind of thought that some of the main characters needed to grow up a little bit in it. They were, I think, 15 at the time when Wings started, so it was a little bit immature to start with, but it grew on me enough for me to pick up spells. And April Lynn actually lives in Arizona where I live, so I get to see her a lot at all the author events that I go to. She normally shows up to get books signed by those authors, or she's always signing stuff too at events, so I get to see her a lot. So she's a very nice person, and I picked up Spells and I absolutely fell in love with it. I was sitting there for probably a day and a half just with the book pretty much glued into my hands, reading the story, falling in love again with the whole love story between Laurel, Tam, and David. David's the human, and Tam is the fairy, the one she's kind of, technically supposed to be with, even though she's a higher up fairy than he is. So I read Spells and I was like, oh my goodness, I am dying now. I want the next book. Luckily enough, this book came up on a tour very kind of around the same time where I was reading Spells, and it was just lucky, and I was like, oh yes, please sign me up because I'm dying to know what happens now. And as you can see, I have a bookmark in here. I'm only the first couple pages in, but hopefully I'll read this one in the next couple days, and I can't wait to tell all of you about it, and my book club is actually going to be reading this one, so just really excited about this book, can't you tell? So, that's all I got. Well, technically not all I got. Trust me, there's a lot of things to still talk about in the next couple weeks, but that's all for now, and hopefully I'll be able to curb my book buying habit a little bit because it's kind of getting a little bit out of control at this point. I make more money at my job now, but I can't keep condoning the spending that I'm doing every week. So hopefully from here on out, I'll kind of level out and actually read some of the books behind me, because on these shelves that are actually behind me, this shelf and the next one and the next one are all books that I have not yet read. There's some rows up there where it's ones that I've read already, but those ones are ones that are basically my to-be-read pile, so it's kind of insane at this point. It's growing every day. So hopefully, with these books, I'll be able to actually settle down and read them. So whether the book is new or whether the book is older or an arc or any of those things, you're still going to see the combination of all of them on my site. So hopefully you're happy with the reviews that are going on, and if not, well, then maybe you can suggest some books to me, because I'm always looking for better stories to read. So thanks for sticking with me yet again, and just make sure you tell me what you got in your mailbox this week.